are now listening to the most talked about blog talk radio station in the universe. Walk in his ways, Impact Voice Radio. Be prepared to have your mind stimulated, your spirit elevated in ways you couldn't even imagine. Introducing your host and the mastermind behind this unforgettable experience, Ferman Jackson Jr. You will not be disappointed. Let's go!
It's Tuesday, April 26, 2022. Welcome to another episode of Walking This Way's Impact Voice Podcast. I'm your host, Ferman Jackson Jr., along with Coach Shae in her absence from Dallas, Texas. I also have Anna C. from Mobile, Alabama, and also Kenny Primetime Williams from Ocean Spring, Mississippi. Tonight, our guest is stand-up comedian. She is based right here in Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas. She is the lady that rocked the J's on stage. She's about making you laugh, giving you a good time. Her name is Alberta The Exception. Recently part of the Kenan Thompson Ultimate Comedy Experience that took place right here in Dallas, Texas on this past Sunday, April 24th. We also welcome Alberta to the podcast, of course. Before we get off into the Q&A, we got some financial tips with the lady herself, Anna C.
Okay, that's dope.
Help people get their money right, Anna, so take it away.
Absolutely. So I am Anna C., the spending plan specialist, financial planning at your fingertips. So tonight, y'all, pull out your pen and paper. We're going to talk about 4 money habits that you just absolutely have to have, okay? Number 1, you have to spend less than you earn, or either earn more than you actually need. You need to learn to reduce your liabilities and increase your assets and your income. When you do the opposite, you end up in deficit, and we don't want to be broke and busted, right? So, number 1, always spend less than you earn. Do not spend every dollar that you make. Number 2, 4 money habits that you have to have. Start saving sooner. You lose more by waiting than you do by making minimal deposits. It's better to put something than nothing, because something is going to compound. So it doesn't matter if it's 50 cents, $1, $5, $25, whatever you can save and put away, do something versus waiting, saying, let me pay something off. Let me wait till I get to this stage in life. The longer you wait, you lose growing power and potential. Think about compounding interest. You want your money to experience that same growth. So start saving sooner. Don't wait to save. Number 3, all right? An emergency fund is essential. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. You need to have access to liquid cash. In the event of emergency, you want to be able to pull from your stash and not from the money allocated to your expenses and needs. When you pull from your money you need to take care of yourself, that's when you end up in debt. So to avoid debt, you don't wait until the storm is already here to get your rain gear. You get it ahead of time. Let's start being smart, planning ahead, and start that emergency fund today. It doesn't matter how small it may start, have something liquid, whether it's in a bank or in a shoebox. You better have a couple dollars stashed away, okay? In case your refrigerator break down, your car break down, anything could happen. You want to make sure you have an emergency fund. That was number 3. All right, now we're to number 4. 4 money habits that you absolutely positively need to have in your life. Make your money work for you and not the other way around. You want to be in control of your assets. You are not a slave. Every dollar has a job, and you need to be the manager of every dollar. So create a plan and work that plan to the T. When you better manage and budget your resources, you maximize your potential for growth, savings, and purchasing power. So get a budget together. Create a plan for every dollar you have. Put that money to work. Those are 4 money habits that you need to make sure you have.
Yes, we got to
Hey,
get on.
Shae.
Hey, y'all, we gotta get on point with our money. She's like,
That's right.
you
You gotta get your bag together, y'all.
Right. That's right.
Well, it makes a lot of sense because people do stuff for clout. They do stuff to impress people. They really don't really care about you at all. But you know, it's all kind of crazy stuff. But get your finances in order if you want to, be good, stay afloat. Don't have to ask nobody for anything. I hate borrowing stuff from people. That's why I go to work. I already put in extra hours so I won't have to ask nobody for anything. I always been like that. So you don't want to be depend on nobody. So we're ready to go off into some sports news. We know the draft week start, the NFL draft.
Wow.
I'm very excited about that. So Kenny, take it away with sports news.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Ferman. Hey, I'm so glad to be on tonight, ladies and gentlemen, on Walking This Way Impact Voice. Look, I want everybody to just look at people that's on the screen tonight with the co-hosts. I want to give a shout out to my team. Hey, look, everybody looks nice tonight, but look here, we all from the Prime Zone, baby. So we're going to represent tonight. We got a lovely guest tonight, so we're going to sit up on here and get ready to talk some sports just for a little bit. Not long, but just for a little bit. The NBA playoffs has upon us right now. There's been some close games. Matter of fact, last night I got one for everybody. The Brooklyn Nets are eliminated. They have sent home right where they stand, was defeated by the Boston Celtics. Not only did they get eliminated, but let's bring out the brooms right quick, okay? They got swept 4-0 by the Boston Celtics last night. Final score was 116-112. Kevin Durant scored an awesome 39 points and 7 rebounds. Kyrie Irving bringing in 20 points with 5 assists. Still a great effort from the individual players, but as a team as a whole, a lot of question marks remain, especially with Ben Simmons, wasted a whole year, first due to depression, then got traded, then also with back injury. So a poor excuse with the team down like that. But big ups to Kyrie, big ups to Kevin Durant, played hard, tried to keep the team in it, but hey, there's your seat on the couch, buddy. Now, meanwhile, the Heat and the Hawks are underway as we speak. The Heat is leading right now, first quarter, 20-18. The Heat leads the series 2-2, and it's looking to be a great game tonight. Trae Young is shooting everywhere, finding open people. He is an amazing guy to watch. So tune in after you watch this show right here. We'll go ahead and take you to bed after that show here. We're going to put you in the comfort zone. Then we're going to take you to bed and watch the game after that. Meanwhile, also tonight in Memphis, the Grizzlies will take on the Timberwolves tonight. Memphis and the Grizzlies share the series tied at 2 apiece. Ja Morant was awarded the NBA Most Improved Player. These have been some really close games, ladies and gentlemen. And it's just the first round. So I'm looking forward to many, many games as the NBA playoffs progresses a little bit. The Raptors also beat the 76ers on last night. Joe Embiid left with a foot injury, but he ended up coming back, and he will be eligible to play in Game 6, which will be a deciding game with the Philadelphia Eagles against the Toronto Raptors. So we're going to look for a very big game of that. Now, Thursday is the NFL draft. A lot of guys' dreams will come true come Thursday, all the way through the weekend. Everybody's keeping their eyes on Malik Willis. One is he's going to go number 1 in the draft to the Jacksonville Jaguars. There's a lot of exciting picks in the draft. I'm excited to see what the Cowboys do this year. Hopefully everything goes well with them and all surrounding teams as well. But it's a competitive draft, and we're going to look forward to seeing a great draft this year. I'm expecting great things to happen, so we're going to look forward to that. Debo Samuel, from the San Francisco 49ers has requested a trade. He's ready to pack his bags, and he's ready to get out of there. He is tired of the 49ers. He told the GM he does not want to be in a 49er uniform next year, find a trade, and the deadline is Thursday to either resolve the issue that he has with the 49ers or give him a trade. So we'll know by Thursday what is he going to stay or he's going to go. Still, no one has decided to pick up Baker Mayfield, quarterback of the Cleveland Browns. Nobody wants to fool with this cat. I mean, I don't blame him. But since the Browns have signed Deshaun Watson on a very big contract, Baker Mayfield is left with no home. I know you guys have been watching the commercial a lot of time with Baker Mayfield with the Cleveland home, saying this is my house. Well, he does not have a home anymore. So we're hoping that he finds he finds a home soon. I'm sorry. We got a comedian though, so you got to throw a joke in there every now and then, huh? But we're looking great things for Baker Mayfield. Personally, I'm not a fan, but he's still a good quarterback. Now, moving on to boxing. This past weekend, Tyson Fury, he defended his heavyweight championship belt against Dylan White, knocking him out. And when I say a knockout, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not talking about somebody that just fall on the ground. He literally left this man on the ground, and he stayed there a good 20 seconds for the referee to start counting. So Tyson Fury claims that he's going to go into retirement, but who knows? Everybody wants to see him fight Anthony Jones, so we're going to look forward to see how that ends up in the near future. But that's going to be me. That's going to be it for me today, ladies and gentlemen. I love you. Jesus love you. There's nothing you can do about it. Mr. Ferman, take it away. All to you.
All right, thank you, Kenny, with the latest sports news and update. I know Devo been trying to get hit the big D. He wants to play for the Cowboys. He's been putting up photoshops of him in a Cowboys uniform. He's really wants to get here in Dallas. We'll see if that's going to happen tonight. So before we get ready to get off into our interview with our featured guest for the night, we got one more thing. We got the entertainment news. Coach Shae, bring the entertainment news. We know a lot of stuff been going on within the media. I know Megan Thee Stallion did an interview this week. Started yesterday about her incident with her ex, whatever. So take it away with the latest entertainment news. And after that, we're going to get right off into our Q&A with our featured guest.
Thank you, Ferman. As always, here I am. It's Coach Shae again with the celebrity tea, y'all. As Ferman was saying, Megan Thee Stallion, she just had an interview that she released with CBS. She was hysterical. It was almost as though she was replaying the day over in her head. She started crying. She was saying that she'd never been shot at before, that she was really in fear for her life, and that, she really wants justice and she wants something to be done. But updates on the case say that Tory Lane's DNA was not found on the weapon. Tory Lane, he ain't had a DNA on the weapon, y'all. The Twitter and Instagram, Facebook streets are going crazy right now with their opinions about Megan. We need to protect our Black women. We need to protect our Black men. It's just going crazy. So definitely, if y'all watching this on YouTube, comment, like, share, tell me what you think about this. Are you Team Megan or are you Team Tory? Also, last week we spoke about my favorite rich friend, Mr. Elon Musk. Mr. Elon Musk, last week, he just was talking about how he had pretty much given away all his assets. He was living just pretty much off the grid with no expenses. This week, he has closed the Twitter deal, buying Twitter at $44 billion. He brought all the shares. He brought all of them, y'all. He brought the whole platform. So I just really can't wait to see what he has in store for this platform, how he plans to really grow it even more, and see what he has going on. He also has an upcoming project that he has coming up with Mars. So I definitely will keep y'all updated as I find out more things about what he plans to do and how he plans to take over Mars and actually send people to live there. And that's what I have today for our entertainment news, y'all.
Appreciate you, Coach Shae, with the latest entertainment news and updates. Everybody did a great job. I think everybody, the team is out here. Everybody looking good, feeling good, looking younger, looking useful as well. And, of course, I introduced our guest earlier. I'm going to reintroduce herself again. She's a stand-up comedian here in Dallas, Texas. She's the lady that rocked the J's on stage. She's very entertaining. She's very funny. She laughs at her own name. She's going to break it down. I know Anna want to ask you about that, how that came about. So I just want to thank you, Alberta, for being part of Walking This Way Impact Voice podcast. I know you were a recent part of the Kenan Thompson comedy experience. Big ups to you on that. Congratulations on that. I know you make a noise in the city. I know you're utilizing your gift. And that's what we love here on Impact Voice, people that utilizing their gift doing something they love to do, not doing something to earn a paycheck, but you doing something that you love to do. And we know once you do something that you love to do, we know the prosperity is gonna come along with that.
Right.
So thank you again. As me being a gentleman, I want you to go ahead and introduce yourself to the audience because we know this is gonna be on our YouTube as well as gonna be on Spotify. So the
Okay.
mic is yours.
All right, appreciate you. Hey, thank you very much for having me on the show, Ferman. What's up, squad? Hey, appreciate y'all. Y'all did a great job. It's nice to meet y'all. I am Alberta The Exception, Dallas comedian, soon to be internationally known. So just out here, just using my, like you said, using my gift. I feel like my purpose is to bring light, just let God shine his light through me, so that's what I try and bring on stage. I bring that energy with me. So yeah, Alberta The Exception in the building.
Awesome, and we thank you once again because I know you are very. We don't say busy here on Impact. We say productive. So you're a
Right.
very productive woman
Thank you.
with doing shows. I know you're doing shows week after week, weekend after weekend. You like the hardest working woman in show business, and I love your work ethic. And I know Anna want to ask you a question about your name, so Anna, go ahead and fire away.
Hey, Anna.
Hey, I had to unmute y'all. So
Okay.
yes, but I want to know the history. Like, where do you get Alberta the Exception from?
Okay. Well, I'm named Alberta. First of all, of course, I'm named after my grandmother, and the exception part came just kind of an observation, or you can either say an observation or an epiphany. It was kind of given to me. It was brought to me based on how people treated me. So I noticed that people they treat me different. They don't. People that don't fool with people in general. It's always somebody like, man, I don't fool with people. You know what I mean? But I fool with you. Like, it's like that type of thing. It's just part of it, and just really that's where it came from. It just evolved, and then I started noticing, and then I tell a friend, and then they start noticing too, like, dang, you right, and so it just kind of stuck with me, and I just feel like that name found me.
So why do you think you're the exception?
Just well, I thank God every day for simple things, part of it being, how just the way that I am, the way I carry myself. I'm not, I'm a very loyal person. I'm a very genuine person. I'm full of love. I don't meet a stranger. People tell me their whole life story within seconds of meeting me. They just feel that comfortable with me. And, and I treat everybody with respect. I don't have any ulterior motives. I look at everybody the same. I try to put everybody on the same plateau, even though I know there's levels to this, but everybody deserves that same respect, and that's how I carry myself as a respectful individual. And people, like I say, people that don't normally deal with people, they deal with me, and they hold me in a certain light, and I take that responsibility seriously, so that's why I'm the exception.
All right.
Awesome. And my question is to you: how did you get your startup in stand up? Did you just it's something you always wanted to do, or you just walk right into it? Like,
Well, honestly, I had stage fright like real bad before coming into comedy, and it kept me from going into comedy for a few years. So I always knew it was something kind of. I always like would say jokes to myself, and like stuff like that, and it was just like always like a little conversation within me that I knew needed to come out. I knew I could write. I knew I knew I had that gift, and it was just the whole, taking it to the stage and the structure of it. And a friend of mine, I used to play football, full contact football for 14 seasons. And so one of my teammates, around the same time, I was like, man, I want to get into comedy. She was like, yeah. She was like, I am too. She was like, I'm start going out to these open mics and this and that. And I was like, man, I ain't there yet. Like, I'm a Virgo. I need to know the structure. I need to know how to do it first. Let me take a class. And so she went on and dove in there, and she's done very well. And she was actually on Kevin Hart's Heart of the City season 3. Shout out Kalana Spiller. And she really seeing her do it, like whenever she got selected for that, like something jumped in my spirit. And I was like, this is God showing me that this is something that I can do. It's attainable for me. And I just got to get outside of myself, not let myself hold me back, and, just get out here. And I did. I did go the route of, I took a level 1, level 2 comedy class at the Dallas Comedy House whenever it was here. And so that I could learn some basic stuff. But it was really a comedian named Derek Jack that kind of saw me out in open mic. So I started grinding, I started getting out there doing open mics and stuff, like trying to just fight through the stage fright. And it was a guy named Derek Jack. I got a show with him April 30th, y'all, in Fort Worth, Hyenas, 10 o'clock, little plug. But but he like brought me on his wing. He's like, you got a lot of, he saw what I was trying to do, with my material. He's like, you got a lot of meaty material. He's like, you just need the structure. And he taught me the structure. And he, I always say Derek Jack taught me how to fish, and I just kind of went from there. And then Celebrity the Comedian is another one who kind of just helped me with like ad libs and stuff like that, because he's super ignorant, just naturally, So yeah, so I've been really blessed to have Angela Walker, just giving me game. And, I've been really blessed to have people around me and they just take to me and really welcome me in. And Shae G, took me to Minnesota, and, that was like my first paid trip, what I mean? Like out of town. And it was dope. Did 2 nights, there featuring for Angela Walker. Like, so it's just really been a blessing. Guys really put a lot of people in my path. Q the Comedian, he was one of the first ones I met too. And one night I went out there, I'll be like lurking in the shadows, just like going to support my friend Kalana. And Q was like, hey, you're supposed to be up on the stage with us. And I'm like, I know, I'm coming one day, you know what I mean? And I just had to step out on faith. And I did that. So now everything is going very well.
Oh man, that's exciting. Shay, you have anything you want to ask?
I really just was kind of curious as to, like, I heard you kind of mention like how, seeing somebody else attain the goal first kind of gave you that push. But what helped you like suppress that stage fright, like that anxiety?
That's a really good question. So what really helped me is, like I said, seeing people that I know doing it. And, she was telling me too, she was like, Berta, just like, it ain't like you think, like, get out here to these open mics. You think everybody killing it, they not. Like, you know what I'm saying? So like, come on out here, and it kind of built my confidence a little bit. And then really just looking at the way that I looked at comedy at the time, I was like, man, there's comedians out here that they millionaires and I don't even think they funny, you know what I mean? So, but they found their lane, you know what I mean? They found their niche. And I was like, if I could just get, fight myself, on this stage fright thing and just really push through that, what's on the other side of this fear, I have an opportunity to change, my family for generations. And that's what drives me, is that, and not only just my family, but, people that are connected to me gonna eat, that's just how I am.
And that's what's up right there, having that thinking generationally
Yeah.
mindset. The Bible speaks about generations, and we should have that generational mindset and think about those that's coming up behind us. So with your material, how do you come up with your material? 'Cause I watched some of your videos, and I also seen you in person when you did something at Wix a few months back when I went. But you do a lot of stuff where you poke fun at yourself. So how do you just generate this material? Just how do you come up with it?
Um, I I ride a lot, and I just let just thoughts flow. And then if something funny, comes to me and I'm like, oh, you know what, I could just, something will just come to me and I'll be like, man, I need to put this in a joke. I need to write this out. You know what I mean? I need to, figure out how I'm gonna work this into a joke. Like I like, you know what I mean? Like Alberta, sound like I ought to be playing bingo with Pearl and Margaret. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, like something like that. And I was like, man, you like that's bingo, and then like, some old names like that kind of, flow. So that's why I use that, coming out the gate like that. And so it just, stuff like that. I'll be riding and something will just come to me and I'll be like, okay. I'll be like, all right. And then but you got to put it all together. That's what comedy is making it all flow. You know what I mean? I might talk about my name. I might talk about, not having no rhythm, or you know what I'm saying, what type of dude I like, you know what I mean, like different things, or you know, but that have nothing to do with each other, you know what I'm saying, and just make it all tie together, you know. So it just, I'm super thankful that, you know, my boy, you know, taught me that structure, because like I said, I just always, it could be just a single sentence, you know, and you know, it'll be the punchline. I'm like, okay, how can I make that punchline work? You know, so how can I build up to that? You know, throw him off a little bit and then hit him with the uppercut, you know. So that's just how I think.
And that's what's up. And then, how do people react when you tell them what I almost say job, but your career, because this is a career for you. So how do people react when you tell them what you do for a living?
Well, I'm not doing it for a living yet, but we speaking that into existence, you know.
Right.
So yeah, I still got a day job, you know, but yeah, people are really impressed. They're like you, like you get on that stage, like you're not scared. Like I was, I was scared, like, you know, and it wasn't even the people that I was scared of. It was nothing like that. It was just like me not being sure, you know, of myself. But like I said, you know, just seeing other people doing it, and I'm like, and I'm the type of person, I'm like, if somebody can do it, if somebody else can do it, I can do it, you know, whatever that is, you know, and just show me how to do it. And I'm gonna be consistent and persistent, you know, and I'm gonna get there too. So yeah, that just motivates me, you know, just seeing other people and, you know, just inspired.
And that's what's up. And my next question is, I know you are a comedian yourself. I know you make people laugh, but what comedian makes you laugh?
Uh, Man, gosh, it's so many, and I even like. I mean, I got some local favorites too that, you know, just, I mean, I just like comedy, so I can't say just like kind of pinpoint one, but one person that influenced me coming up was Martin Lawrence. You know, like
Okay.
his "You So Crazy," you know, stand up special, like, you know, that's like a classic. You know, I can still quote. You know, I can still quote. You know, jokes from that, you know. So that right there, you know, and then just kind of seeing, because I want to get into acting as well. So, you know, that kind of what Martin did, you know, I mean, his show is a classic. You know, he went from hosting, you know, to you know, having his own sitcom, and that's something that I feel that's like in my vortex, is to have a TV sitcom one day. So, you know, so I really look up to Martin, and I want to have, not only just have my sitcom, but have a successful, you know, running sitcom like that, you know. So
We'll touch and agree with you on that. Successful
thank
running. So go touch and agree with you. And do you have
appreciate
anything you want to ask?
Oh, yeah. So
it.
with the recent events that have been going on in comedy, you know, I don't even have to speak on it. Do you feel that there are some topics that are off limits? And do you think that that situation maybe changed the integrity of comedy? Like, oh my goodness, it's certain stuff we can't talk about. Not just with that, but also consider the council culture. Does it make you hesitant about how far you'll go?
um so me personally, I'm gonna be me regardless. I don't have any concerns over cancel culture, because I don't really, that's not me. I don't really say nothing that's out of the way, you know, where somebody's gonna get super offended. You know, I really try to be careful, not because of that, but just because of who I am as a person. Uh, that I don't want to offend people, you know. So I try to stay very, you know, neutral on certain things, and you know, or I don't like to get in. You said what wouldn't I talk about? I don't really like to get into politics and, you know, stuff like that, because you split in the crowd. And you know, some people agree with this, some people agree with this, but they all can think that I'm funny, you know what I mean? And I don't want to, you know, interrupt that, you know. So I don't get into stuff like that, or, you know, I mean, I talk about God because, you know, like I said, I'm not gonna stop being who I am, but just as a person, I'm me, you know, all the way through. So I don't have any concerns about that. And you know, as far as the recent events, I just feel like it wasn't even about that joke. I feel like it was more behind that, you know. So yeah, so I don't think that people should censor themselves. If that's who you are, be who you are. You know what I mean? I'm all about that. Just because I don't say something, or I don't joke like that, I don't talk like that, doesn't mean that I look down on you for doing so. If that's who you are, I'm more about being true to yourself. As long as you're not hurting nobody, you're not, you know what I mean? You're not doing anything like that. Do you? That's, because I'm gonna be myself. So I can't tell you to not be yourself.
Man, that's what's up right there. Real talk right
I
there.
had a question for Miss Alberta. I always wanted to know this from comedians, but before you hit the stage, is there a moment that you have to take to be by yourself, or I mean, what? How do you prep yourself or to get in that mode to go out to entertain maybe hundreds, thousands of people? I mean, what are your steps? What are your process you do before you hit the stage?
Well, I'm a former athlete, so in my mind, I I transfer what I learned being an athlete, high level athlete at that.
Absolutely.
All pro, you know what I mean? All pro, ain't Hall of Fame, my bad. Anyways, all of that, you know, but you know, so I kind of take that mentality with me in everything I do, whether it's on the regular day job, whether it's on stage. And now my prep is, you know, I get some time away from everybody. You know, I don't like to be doing a whole lot of talking, you know. I try, you know, right before I'm about to get on, I try to, you know, I pace a lot. You know, I stretch, you know, I'm kind of a physical, you know, type person. I move a lot on stage. And so I like to get my mental right. I like to have just a, you know, just a peace over me. I don't want to deal with no drama. I don't want, you know, I don't want to hear none of that. Don't bring that to me to like get off stage or talk to me tomorrow. You know what I mean? So I just like to have a real chill, relaxed day so I could just tune in and just get in alignment so that I could be the best that I can be.
And look, I want to tell you, you know, you kept saying all pro. Now you're looking at a former football player myself, so you know, hey,
shout out.
Hey, we can strap it up and we can go to it. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, nah, listen, hey, them days is over with, but you know, I smashed on the females. You know what I'm saying? I respect the males and they thing. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I go hard against females. You know what I'm saying? I'm gentle with the fellas. So you know, hey. Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah, awesome. And you rock a lot of J's on stage. So what is your favorite pair of Jordans that you like to wear?
So I'm gonna say currently, I'm gonna say my 12s, the playoffs. My daughter calls them the playouts because I wear them so much, but they came back, you know what I'm saying? Like I used to have them back in the day, you know, and them was my favorite pair back in the day, and then they re-released them. So I'm like, I know I leave, you know, I don't know, you had them a few weeks, so dang, let me enjoy these, you know. So right now,
That was your favorite shoe. That's funny.
Yeah, that was my favorite. So let me just enjoy my shoes.
Well, we know that Mike is the GOAT. Michael Jordan is the GOAT. We know that. But what I love about Mike, his work ethic, his mindset, and I know you mentioned earlier about your mindset, how you go into your stuff and everything. So you develop that Mamba mentality like Kobe, like laser focus, don't bother me, don't talk to me, we'll talk about it. I heard Kobe say something similar about that in the interview, so that would make me think about that.
Oh, that's what's up. I actually wore number 24 too, so that was me. I was 24 before Kobe, but we ain't gonna talk about that. It's all right. It's all love.
And I didn't know that you played football. So what position did you play?
Well, I started out at cornerback, defensive back, and then I was locked down. So so they wasn't throwing to my side, so I had to move to free safety. And but I was always on they always bring me over to offense to play, you know, running back or wide receiver. So then they eventually took me completely on offense, and I played slot receiver, played wide out. I was always punt returner, kickoff returner, third string quarterback, like, you know what I mean? Like, like just all the way around athlete. But I played on Team USA as a defensive back. So
so you was like Dion, right? You was like Dion.
Yeah, now all due respect to the GOAT, However, I hit, you know what I mean? Like I brought that wood, you know. Dion didn't like the hit, he didn't like that physicality, you know. I was with it, bring all of that. I want all that.
He got me ready to play right now. Let's go strap up. Right
hey, I'm a coach. Hey, I was a coach too. You know what I'm saying? I coached too. So that's it.
So My next question is, what's the most embarrassing thing that ever happened to you on stage?
I'm gonna say probably one of my first times on stage. Man, I was like, it was comedian Q again. Shout out to him. He had an open mic spot, and convinced me. I finally got my nerve up to go out there. I thought I was gonna go out there and just be a star that first night, like not knowing the work that goes into it and the preparation. I just thought, okay, I got these jokes in my head. I'm gonna just get out here and do my thing. I had 3 minutes. And I had my friends was with me, they had a little video recorder. This was years ago, so it wasn't even no good video recorder, so they came, we out there, we chilling, we go in, I get up there on stage and couldn't remember nothing, what I'm saying, just pacing back and forth. I look like a dog trying to find a spot to use the bathroom. Like it was it was bad. It was bad. I was like, 3 minutes is a long time. Like you don't think 3 minutes is that long, but when you ain't got nothing to say, or you think you know what you're doing, and you get up there and just like, man, what was I gonna say? I knew I had something to say, but you got to be prepared. I didn't know that going in, but I respect the game now. I definitely respect
it. And I also want to ask some fitness questions because I know you on stage, and I have a trainer on, Coach Shae as well. How do you go about with your work? Do you do a workout routine, your eating habits? 'Cause I know you on stage and you doing track. I know you want to be in top-notch shape, stay hydrated and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
I want to be. But however, at this present time, I am not in the best shape of my life. You know what I'm saying? I've seen what the best shape of my life look like, and this is not it. But I'm gonna get there though. Give me, what I'm saying? By the time I get to my birthday in September, I'm gonna be back all the way fine. Like right now, I'm just like semi-fine, so.
So, I know you mentioned movies and television. So do you want to do television first, or you want to do the movies first? Because we know a lot of comedians. I think like Eddie Murphy, he did stand up, Saturday Night Live, movies. Martin, stand up, television, movies. Yeah. A lot of the greats done a lot of stuff. So which one you want to do first?
It don't even matter. Any order is I'm gonna be happy with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause just to even be here where I am right now from where I was 4 years ago, it's like I just thank God, every day for pushing me to my purpose, so it's great.
And that's a beautiful thing, because I'm glad I got a chance to reach out to you direct to go through the interview, because you got a lot of people when they doing stuff, they want you to go through this person, that person, but I respect you for asking me directly to do the interview with you, and that's big right there.
Oh, appreciate it.
On your part. So, Shae, you have anything you want to ask? I see you got a lot of stuff you want to say, you want to ask. Oh, you good?
I'm personally, me myself, I could be a comedian. I feel like I'm really funny. Look, my son asks me all the time, Mom, do you feel like you're funny? I feel like I could be a comedian. But I feel like people are kind of sensitive, and it's funny because my son always calls me racist because I can do like different voices. Like I got a British voice and a Jamaican voice, and I can sound like a Chinese lady when you go to the nail shop, and all these different type of characters that I usually have fun with. Really just amongst my kids and really just playing with them. I can sound like Mommy Pig, Peppa Pig, so we play, like that. Yeah. So it's really funny. So it's like for me, it's like being able to like tap into my inner child, right? Like some days my inner child just be like screaming, and I just be like being like super goofy. So like the days that are your most creative, or those days like that your inner child be like really screaming, or you kind of let your inner child take over when you're on the stage?
I just because I'm always like real energetic and just in regular life. Like I know people be like, dang, like she talking to a stranger. Hey, how you doing? That's me. Walking into the hey, how you doing? You all right? All right. Just that's me, just all day, if you walk with me at work, it's like being in a parade if you walking with me, because everybody, hey, it's a hey, how you doing? Hey, it's just like if somebody told me, it's like being at a family reunion when they walking with me through the job, so just like, bringing that. But it's really, I like the fact that I just, so it's easy for me to get into that zone because I'm already on that vibration. You know what I mean? So I try and keep my vibration very high, and I have a low tolerance for drama and stuff like that. I don't want to deal with it. You know what I mean? I'm trying to stay here. I'm not trying to come down. So that way it's easier for me to tap into my creativity. Like I say, I just be riding. I like to just get my me time in when I get off work, and ride and listen to Bishop Jakes or Abraham Hicks, and just really just get focused, and that helps me get those epiphanies, and like, and then just some will come to me, and I just so I just tune in. I get to my most my place of peace, and your place of peace might be just that inner child like screaming like, hey, we got to do something with this, so that's a gift. Like stuff that comes to you naturally, that's a gift, and you need to tap into it, so don't just think that it's just for the kids. Like it's a whole lot of people out there that would appreciate what you call goofy. Is like they need that. You know what I mean? Like it's nothing better than a stranger giving you a hug after a show because you touch, like you just made them laugh. You didn't pay their bill, you didn't do nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? You just simply brought them joy for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, however long you on the stage. You know what I'm saying? And but you touch them and they want to personally embrace you like that. It's nothing better than that. So don't rob yourself of that. Like go for it. Like it's open mics around here.
I piggyback off that what Miss Shae said. I come from the country, deep south, so I also think I could be a comedian too, because when I get around all my family members, I'm very loud and I talk country. And I was raised around a lot of old people. I went to old churches. I saw a lot of things happen that everybody was scared to laugh, but I laughed and got in trouble. And, I tell stories like that. And I have people in my family, my friends, just falling out laughing. So I'll be sometimes riding and I'll say stuff and make my own self laugh. Like, man, I think I can get on stage. But it brings me to my question: have you ever dealt with a real hostile crowd?
No, not personally. No, and I think that also comes from how you carry yourself on stage,
right.
And what you talk about, and how you because I feel like you can talk about anything, but it's a way to do it. If you do it in the right way, and it's with some taste, I feel like anybody can accept it, even if they don't necessarily like it. They ain't gonna hate you for it. You know what I mean? So I don't put myself in those types of situations to deal with a hostile crowd.
Gotcha.
And also, I know you are a comedian, but I know there's a business side too also. So are you your own manager, or you got somebody that you work with, or you just
it's me. Yeah.
So you're your own Floyd Mayweather. You're your own promoter.
It's me. Yeah, it's me. So somebody want to hit me up, they get, message my page, and I'll get back to you. Give me a minute, because I do work usually at least 10 hours a day, sometimes 6 days a week, and still, trying, got family and all of that, so.
And that's what's up right there. And I know I know you did the Kenan Thompson comedy experience this past Sunday. So how was that atmosphere like, and how was the outcome of everything? I know you have a lot of comedians out there, because everybody want to make a name for themselves, and I respect people that really want to make a name for themselves. Like you mentioned earlier, generational wealth, having your family set up, and those that you come in contact, those that's in your circle set up as well. So how was that experience?
It was cool. Like for me to, it was so, now we were missing a few, comics that really do their thing in Dallas, whether they was touring at the time or, just didn't get a chance to get submitted. Like we had some dope ones that didn't get a chance to showcase, but, we had some really dope ones that represented, like Dallas really represented very well. And whoever they choose to go to New York, whichever four of us that they choose, I feel like, the D is gonna be on the map, when it comes to comedy, because we do have a few, that have made and been successful and, stuff like that. You got Celebrity who tours with Nephew Tommy. You got Black Ron, so I think he was just with Mike Epps or DC Young Fly and 85 South. He was just with them, and so we got people that's doing stuff. Shae G, the Rat Packs of comedy, all of them. They doing it. They moving around. Angela Walker, moving around. But I feel like it was definitely some eye opening, that went on Sunday. So we're gonna be represented really well. I appreciated the experience and just the whole vibe, just like being there with like, dang, like there was some heavy hitters right there, knowing that, looking at my Calamar White, what I'm saying? He toured, he got a song, that went viral, and he toured, with 85 South sometime, and Mike Epps, and stuff like that. It's just like, he on the same, set as me. I'm looking at the list, like the list that I was on was stacked, you know what I mean? And the one before that was too, I was on the second show. So just like being amongst them, you know what I mean? And just like feeling like, yeah, I held my own, you're gonna have to compete with this five. It's just, we all showcasing our best five, and everybody did. Not a when I say compete, I don't mean like we in competition, because it was a showcase, but just like, hey, everybody bring it, let's go. Like, we really doing something bigger, what I'm saying, than just for us. We represent for the city.
And that's what's up. And when you do your sitcom, I ask you this: is it a particular character that you're going to play? Is it a character that you thinking about you may create for your sitcom or movie?
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, I'm gonna be as close to myself as possible, with my character. But I got some other characters. Like, I'm always watching people, and I got some other characters that's gonna be on the show that I got plans for them, and for a spinoff for them, just based on me just being able to pay, see these people in action, just like, oh my God, that's a character right there, And I look at people, and I just, even when I be at work, I'd be like, okay, that's a character. Ooh, that's a character right there. I'd be developing characters just by watching these people. I'm like, ooh, that's gonna be a character on my sitcom. I'm gonna merge these people, you know what I mean? I'm just going, what I'm saying? It's gonna be one funny person, like, this is, just goofy and just, just all of that, gossip, all of that. So yeah, so I'm always like watching people, and don't even really be just trying, you know what I mean? Like, I just happen to notice, and I'll be like, oh my God, that was just too stupid for me to not make a mental note of. Like, this is, oh my God, like, I feel like my life is a sitcom already, just by the people that come in my path. I'll be like, God got jokes, you know what I mean? Like, God has a sense of humor. Like, he just constantly brings people, what I'm saying, into my experience, whether I'm at Walmart and I'm just like trying to mind my business, and then I just happen to some tug me and be like, hey, look at that. You know what I mean? I'll be like, oh my God, no, they didn't come out the house like that. So I don't even be trying, it just be right. It's just right there. So so that's just.
Well, I'm ask this too: are people scared of comedians?
I think so.
Because I notice people don't like sitting. Some people don't like
Yeah.
sitting in the front row, and I'm that why I ask that. Are they kind of scared of y'all because y'all always going point out something they have on or how they look and stuff like that?
Absolutely. Because people watch TV, and it's certain comedians that do, they that's how that's part of their act, is just like roasting the crowd, you know what I mean? And that's they interaction, I don't I talk to the crowd, I message the crowd a little bit, but I don't roast the crowd, like, to try to make somebody feel bad or to try to put attention on somebody in a negative light, you know what I mean? Like, it's always some fun type stuff. But yeah, I think that because people see, have seen on TV, seen people, and I like, I ain't got nothing against it, you know what I'm saying? I just don't do it myself, but I feel like you shouldn't, like, I don't want, you could turn the crowd against you though, if you say the wrong thing to that person that you messing with, you know what I mean? So that's another thing that you have to keep in mind as a comic, is like, if I go too far with this person and make the crowd feel bad instead of them laughing, I done lost the crowd. You know what I'm saying? So like, you gotta be real careful, you know, because I done seen it happen. Like, oh, he went too far. Oh, nope. This last 5 minutes gonna be real silent on him. You know what I'm saying? So, and that silence is deadly. Like, it's like, ugh, you rather hear somebody say boo than just silence. You know? So.
Yeah, because you don't want nobody saying, "I'm gonna meet you after the show." Wait for you in
Oh
the
man.
parking lot, and because you never know what's going on in people's mindset nowadays, and
Yeah.
any
Yeah.
little thing can trick. I mean, even though it don't lead up to that point, but it may be something they may been dealing with that day, and
Exactly.
then they just had that pressure point, and just it's supposed to
Exactly.
understand what you say about
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. You was the camel.
I
You was the
think
straw that
it's
broke the back.
Oh, go ahead, Shae.
I think it's funny that people are having these kind, like, now we gotta have these kind of talks because of what had happened. I think it's kind of fun, like anybody that's been to a comedy show, like, know, like, if you late, you likely to get picked on.
Yeah.
In the front row, you likely to get picked on. If
Mhm.
you the person way in the back, at the top, in the nosebleed, you bound to get talked about. So
Yeah.
it's like, you know, it's so many
Yeah.
angles that comedians, you know, come to bring about jokes. So it's
Mhm.
just funny. Like, I feel like they don't have no malicious intent behind it. Like, it's all really just joke. It's not out of, you know, malicious intent.
Mhm.
And I mean, cause growing up back in the day, you know, we had well before my generation, you know, you had Red Fox, you
Yeah.
had Richard Pryor, you had Eddie Murphy, you had a lot of these great comedians. They talked about everything, and
Mhm.
nobody wasn't offended. Whether it was your
Right.
religion, your sex, your background, race, it didn't matter. Everybody was laughing because it was funny. But
Mhm.
now all that stuff has changed. It's like you say something, oh, we're gonna get you canceled, or
Yeah.
and it's very crazy. So in y'all line of work, how do y'all deal with all that? Because back in the day, you could talk about everything and everybody was laughing. Now it's like, I'm gonna get you canceled now. So how do y'all, as comedians, how do y'all deal with that?
I mean, well, I can't speak for everybody, but I mean, like I said, I'm gonna be me, and you know, that's just, and I know that, you know, I wouldn't, like you said, I never, you know, say anything malicious, you know what I mean? And you know, I just know how I vibe, I know how I move, you know. And another thing, I don't, even if somebody was offended by something, not that I'm, you know, I would take it lightly, but I don't care what people say. You know what I mean? Like, that's, you can say whatever you want. Say what you want to say about me or whatever, whoever. Like, I don't care. You know what I mean? Like, that's just how I am. Like, you're not going, you know, I'm gonna keep doing me. You know what I'm saying? I know, because I know that I'm not gonna do anybody wrong. You know what I'm saying? So if you mad at me, you just mad at me because you don't like me because you don't want to like me. And that's fine with me too. You know what I mean? Like, that is on you. You know what I mean? I don't have any control over how you feel about me. And I'm not gonna try. I'm not gonna even worry myself about how people feel about me. You know, I'm just gonna keep grinding because I got bigger things to do. You know what I'm saying? I got bigger fish to fry. I'm trying to leave something for multiple people, you know. So, you know, that's where my focus is at. I ain't worried about what nobody say, or, you know, they're gonna cancel you, know, because people that ride with you, they gonna ride with you, you know,
Most definitely.
regardless of the people that don't like you, they already not vibing with you anyways,
Right.
you know. So I ain't worried. I'm really not worried.
Well, in the words of Charles Barkley, people that hate on you because they life suck. That's what Charles Barkley said in an
There you
interview
go.
a
Because they
while
like,
back.
yeah.
Cause they life
That
suck.
gotta be Charles Barkley. That gotta be it.
Right.
Yeah, that's what he said. Cause they life sucks. What hate you so? But I'm gonna bring this up to comedy. I know that you are a woman of God. That you love the Lord and stuff. So, do you consider your comedy like ministry? When I say ministry, and I'm just sitting here thinking that just came to me. How you say, you know, people, you know, embrace you, hug you and stuff. That you could say that person life that night. When I say that night, they may contemplate committing suicide.
Right. Yeah.
So do
Yeah.
you kind of look at your comedy as being part of ministry?
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, and like you said, you never know who's in the crowd. You never know what they going through. You know, somebody could have just been like, "Hey, you know what? You've been in a funk. Let's just go. You know, let's go see these comedians and just have a laugh." And that actually happened one time. when I was in Minnesota. Shae, like I say, took me and Angela Walker up there. And it was this lady who was old enough to have grown kids. She came up to me after the show and she gave me a hug and she was like, "Oh my God, you were so funny. I really needed that." Right. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. You follow me on, Facebook, so we exchanged Facebook information, took some pictures. Then one of her daughters came up to me after that. She was like, "Oh my God, I'm so glad we got out." She said, "My mama been down for months." She said, "My sister just I think she got killed in a car accident or something like that. But she passed away a few months before that, and her mom had been depressed." She was like, "My mom," she was like, "Me and my mother, we needed this so bad. And you just don't know, how just you making us laugh, what it did for us." And we took pictures and like say, did the social media stuff, and that really changed my perspective on things. It's like, that's it, that made it even more important to me to, really make sure that I'm in the right mental space and on the right frequency whenever I get out there, because like you said, it's like a ministry. Why does the pastor pray before he starts preaching, so that you could be open and you could receive that word, right? So it's the same thing with me getting focused and getting on that level that I need to be on, so that God can shine his light through me, because if I'm not lined up with him, then I'm just doing my own thing and I'm not trying to do my own.
Right, because you never know what people may be going through.
Exactly.
Somebody may lost a job or
Yep.
lost a loved one, or
Yeah.
they significant other left them a Dear John letter, and you never
Mhm.
know what people going through by you
Right.
saying that word, in a funny form, just change the
Mhm.
whole atmosphere, and they just
Right.
so that's powerful right there. So I know you are on the grind. I know we're pressing for time, of course. I know you got an event coming up April the 30th. Is this gonna be here in Dallas or
Yeah.
you said Fort Worth, right?
Yeah, Fort Worth. Yeah. So
Okay.
April 30th at 10 p.m. We're gonna be in the Red Room at Hyenas, Fort Worth. And Derek Jack and friend, it was the Derek Jack Attack. You get tickets on the Hyenas website. I also May the 11th, I host every second Wednesday at Live Wicks, 8 o'clock. So be there, follow me, just follow me at Berta B24. I got shows coming up. I got another show the following weekend. I'm being Deep Ellum. So we just gonna, we're just gonna keep this thing going. So y'all follow me. You could either follow me, look me up by Alberta The Exception, or at Berta B24.
Awesome stuff, and we
You
thank you
the
once again.
at one of these. You would definitely see me at one of these
Yeah,
events.
come through. Yeah, come through. And then, I got a platform where, you want to do a guest spot, hit you a couple open mics first, and then, you want to come do a guest spot. I got you.
Yeah, cause she be doing these weird accents, and cause
Yeah.
I be working out, and she be getting into this Britain accent. It was
Yeah.
like,
Hey, that's a gift, man. That's not weird. That's a gift for real, because I can't do no accents. All I got is Oklahoma, Texas. That's all I got. Oklahoma, Alabama, Texas. That's it.
well, reason I'm from Alabama. I just
Yeah,
been living
see.
here a year, so
Okay, yeah, my dad's side from Huntsville. So yeah, we
okay, that's
could do.
like I'm in Mobile. I'm from Mobile, so that's like a four
Oh yeah, you
hour.
south. Okay,
Yep.
yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Already.
Yeah, I think the first time I did it, like I worked at Walmart. It was like the first time I did it, like for my friends. Like this was something I
Mhm.
would just literally do, like for my family and like my mom.
Yeah.
And first time I did it for my friends, like they was dying. So we like worked overnight. And they was like, when we go to the restaurant, we go to the food to get the food at Wendy's, order it in your British accent. It was
That's funny.
so funny. I could
That's good.
hold it.
That's
Oh,
dope.
hilarious. So
Yeah,
now
that's
like
a gift.
when like I go and then they'll look and they'll see like it's me, and then I'll just change my whole voice. And the expression on their face be so funny.
That's what's up. Nah, yeah, that's definitely a gift.
Yeah.
Everybody can't do that.
I know I
It's
can't do
Yeah, I sure
it.
can't.
I can't do it. I know we better get off the air. So, Bird, do you have any
Hey,
final remarks for the listening
nah,
audience?
hey, just y'all, man. I appreciate y'all for having me. I just always try to encourage people, be yourself, and just try and avoid that drama, keep your frequency high, and let God's light shine through you.
And that's what's up right there. We thank you again for
Thank
giving us the opportunity to kick it with us here on the podcast of
my
Walking This Way
my
Impact Boys.
pleasure.
Most definitely. And the word for the night, live. Don't just be existing.
That's right.
Live. Don't be existing. That's the word we're going to leave with y'all tonight. And be encouraged. Stay focused. We'll be back next Tuesday night. We're going to be pulling double duty. We're doing next Tuesday, and then we're going to be doing a Mother's Day edition next Wednesday night before Mother's Day. So we want the mothers to tune in, have some healthy dialogue, because the mothers are our role. The Bible said, honor thy father and mother. We got to honor our mothers. And realize that's what a promise. When you honor your mother, your days and stuff will be long. So we want to honor our mother, because that's God's word, of course. So
Yes, and on that note, on Mother's Day, just pay attention how everything will be crowded. All the mothers gonna bring out their new hats and their little outfits and their little heels and the long church hats. Everywhere you go is gonna be crowded. Now watch in June for Father's Day. None of that gonna be like that. We're gonna get a pair of socks and we're gonna sit on down and it's gonna be it. So I'm kind of, competition with Mother's Day, because I am a father too. They put a lot of emphasis on Mother's Day, and we just get to go to church and come home and have a pair of socks and a pork chop meal, and we supposed to be all good. But hey, happy Mother's Day. I look forward to it.
we're doing
pork chop meal.
We're doing a Father's Day episode too. We're gonna be doing a Father's Day edition as well. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm not a father. I'm just saying, but
Okay.
to really honor the fathers and those
Yeah,
who
shout out to the fathers, man.
take on the role of being fathers.
We in the building.
Yeah, I pray. Y'all heard.
Well, we're gonna be doing that coming up soon. So we want everybody to have a great night. The replay will be up on our YouTube channel. It will be up on our Spotify and Anchor, so you can go and check it out. Also, we do a little plug in. Like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Walking This Way Impact Boys Podcast. And of course, it is free, so you don't have to pay for it. Like, subscribe, like. That's all you have to do. So we're going to see y'all next week here on Walking This Way Impact Boys. Alberta, thank you. God bless you. We salute you, giving you your roses while you're alive. And we'll see y'all.
I appreciate y'all. Y'all be blessed.
Yes, ma'am. You too.
You too. Good night.
Thank you. Bye.